Okay, maybe I have this computer figured out now. Okay, this neon Buddha, I paid $2 for it. It sold for 20. And after all the fees and boosting, I made 11.33. All right, so hopefully this will work now. At least this gives good information, hopefully. All right, next, from a high-end garage sale where I picked up all that Tuckernuck, this is the Farm Rio Floral Glam Scarf, pink mini dress, size small, new with tags, puff sleeves, ruffle hem. So this one, this Farm Rio, I paid $20 for it. As you know, I paid $20 for all of those items. It sold for $63.18, and so I made a profit of $34.21. So basically, I was hoping I would at least double my money on all of these items. So 20 into it, double my money would be 40. I made 34.21 on top of the 20. So did well on that one. So I feel good about that. Those sales are adding up, and I think after that Farm Rio, I may have made my money back already. But once I get a little more sold, I'll do a follow-up video on that. Okay, this little Talbot's Petite Small, new with tags, women's, let's see, women's blouse, red floral smock collar. This item I paid $2 for. It sold on a sale. I did a sale on eBay and I accidentally kind of did everything when I meant to leave out new with tags or items I had just recently listed. So this ended up in that. But after my price and cost of goods, I netted $9.33. So I'm okay with that. Okay, the next one. This is a vintage Lorraine pink sheer nightgown and robe set. Small lace trim cottagecore. This one actually, hold on, let me just type this in. This one, I got at the same time as I got last week's, the white one that I sold. The white one sold for a lot more money. Can't remember, it was on last week's, but this one I paid $2 for. It sold for $35.10 on a sale on eBay, and so my net profit was $27.80. That was from a church sale. So good sale there. This loft skirt, women's size 8 regular maxi straight dark wash blue denim with the back slit. Let me find that one. This one I paid, I believe, $1 for it. No, I paid $5 for it. I don't know. Oh, this was new with tags. Yes, I got this at a yard sale for $5 and it sold for $20.26. So my net profit after fees was only $12.39. So probably should have got more for that, but it sat for a while and I didn't want to keep it in my closet. This little Christian Siriano women's skirt, was bought a long time ago, like a long time ago, a year or more, and it was kind of before I was really, really concentrating on clothing, so now I probably wouldn't pick this up, although I might, I don't know. I only paid $1 for it. It did sell for $18. So my net profit was $12.35. It's so cute. It was so cute. I probably would still pick it up. That's me. This one I knew, this one came out of the bins. I knew that it was going to be just a little bread and butter. A lot of these, if it's cheap enough and it comes out of the bins, I'm going to grab it because I know that it will just be something that will sell. It just might not sell quick and it won't sell for a whole lot of money. So let me just get that one pulled up. That one sold for dun 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 Johnny's. It sold for $15.44, so my net profit was $11.49. So I'll take that all day. If I can sell 10 of those a day, that's over $100, no problem. This one was ours. This was my COVID. Oh my gosh, I have to figure out something for us sitting around in the house and with the kids coming over when everyone was well. And so I bought this cash flow thinking that everyone would want to play it, even though my kids are older, and no one wanted to play it. So we didn't even open it. We kept it sealed in the box. So that one sold for, hold please. I'll figure out a better way to do this next week, guys. Okay. That one sold for $45.24 on eBay, so my net profit was $37.64. I think I paid $35 for that back then. I don't know, but it was a personal item, so my cost of goods are $0 on personal items. So got it out of the closet. I cleaned out a bunch of cabinets, and it was one of the things to go. That's something you can do if you're looking at starting to resell. Clean out your cabinets first. Games, Legos, books, baby toys, and clothes, throw it up on eBay and see if you like the feel of shipping and selling. Okay, this next one, vintage Wilson's leather black suede trench coat belted double-breasted women's. I priced this up. I thought it would sell faster. If this was brown, it would have sold fast and for more money than it did. But it still sold for really good money. I got some really crummy offers on it, and I'm glad that I held tight and did not decide to give it away. So I sold that for $54, $1 into it. $38 was my profit after all the fees. Very happy with that. That was the $1 sale at my thrift shop. So don't pass up on leather. And if it's brown leather or brown suede, I'd be looking it up. I'm not going to go through the numbers on these. I'm just going to show you Department 56. These are still selling. And I just got cha-chings on my phone from eBay that like 9 of them just sold to someone. So next week I'll have a whole bunch of those. They're a pain to ship. I have to have boxes. But I'm getting them out of this huge buyout when I was doing hard goods, getting them out of here and getting them on their way. So all of them are averaging about $10 profit. And I have no money into them anymore. Okay. Banana Republic. This I just listed. It was just gorgeous. It's Banana Republic stretch wool maxi skirt made in Italy, lined gray. It was only a size 2. So I had big concerns that it would take a while to sell. It did not. It sold in 6 days for $26.60. After fees and my cost of goods of $2, I net profit of $20.05. So beautiful. I was very happy with that. When it was a size 2, I priced it lower than I would have priced it if it was a size 8 or 10. So hence the lower price. These J. Jill wide leg corduroy pants, women's 6 tall, tan, cotton boho login look. EUC, excellent used condition. That gives you a hint, as you know, with my closet that they've been listed for a while, more than a year. They sold for $16.94. After my cost of goods and fees, I made $11.67. And they were chunky and we got them out of the box. Okay. Chico's floral ruffled front sheer blouse, size 3.5, which is an extra large 18, black multicolor. This one I have only had listed for about a month. It was $2 at a church sale. I sold it for $16.80, which made me a profit of $11.93. I'll take it. Okay, these have been listed for quite a long time, probably a year and a half. I lotted them up thinking that that was the best way to do it. So set of 2 Talbot's lightweight cotton modal faux turtleneck sweaters, pink, gray, medium. And they sold for $21.25. I had $4 into them. And after fees, I ended up with $11.69. And this, well, one of the holdbacks from my hard goods that I just couldn't give away because There were some solds on these for over $100. These are vintage Eli Lilly promo apothecary ceramic canister set with lids, numbered, limited. So I thought these were worth a ton, and they didn't sell. They've been listed for at least 2 years. And when I got rid of all my hard goods, I just knew there was value there. And so I didn't donate them or put them in the yard sale that I had. They finally sold for an offer of $59.50. After $10 cost of goods and all the fees, I made $32.36. And then I had to package them up. And I had to stuff them and wrap each part individually and put stuffing around them and the whole shebang and mark fragile all over everything. And so was it worth it for me? Probably not. One of the reasons I stopped doing hard goods, but it also freed up my shelf and got these off. I still made $32. So worth it, maybe, kind of. But lots of time to get those packaged up. Okay, we are moving on to Poshmark sales. I've got to get to a different spot on my computer here. All right, these Madewell calf hair leopard print loafers, size 8.5 slip-on flats. These took a while to sell, but I think I got them this summer at a yard sale. I paid $5 for them. I sold them for $25, which gave me a profit of $15. So I'm okay with that. Then I had a bundle. So I get bundles maybe once every couple of weeks, and it's usually a bundle of 1 or 2 items. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And within those 7, 2 of them were lots. So a lot of 2 and a lot of 3. So this wonderful woman got a great deal. They included, and I'll just go through the following. These 2 cabbie shirts, and they included this Tory Burch little sleeveless summer resort cruise top with the ruffles. It included these 3 cabbie shirts, and it included this little Calvin Klein tank top. And it included this new with tags Grace Karen sequence top, like cocktail top, along with this Nike Dry Fit running sleeveless top, and this Fantasizer suit women's black one-piece swimsuit. So that was the entire set. The whole set sold for $90 and my earnings were $72. And I will tell you that half of this are things I would never pick up again. I don't buy these little cabbie shirts. This was back when I didn't know what I was doing and I would buy them. So 5 of those were items that I was literally getting ready to redonate. That little Calvin Klein cami top, I wouldn't buy those again. So I feel really good about that. I don't buy those little Nike track shirts anymore. So $72 in profit. I probably had $1 into each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So $10, $72 profit. Super, super thankful when I have these big lots. And I know you probably know in Poshmark, you can do up to 5 pounds. These fit beautifully in one of those new Grounded Vantage boxes that I got for free for having my Poshmark closet. And it was like 3 pounds, 12 ounces or something like that. So just the perfect bundle. If you're shopping on Poshmark, great way to buy a wardrobe. Okay. After this, these J. Crew Maddie wool viscose trouser pants, light brown, lined, 8 petites, preppy, excellent use condition. These were super pretty. They have been listed for 1.5 years. I honestly thought they would sell way quicker than they did. But they finally sold for, I believe I sent an offer of $18. I had $2 cost of goods into it. And so my profit was $12.40. This one's fun. Vintage ocean shell print windbreaker jacket made in USA, graph petite large. If I was listening to this now, I'd probably put like granny core or cottage core or all these fun things. But this sold, let me just pull this up real quick so I give you accurate numbers on the price of this one. It sold for my full, I think, yeah. So I had it listed for 35. I got an offer for 28. I had $2 into it, so I profited $20.40. And this went to the Federal Building on Federal Way in New York, New York. And so it got me curious. So it had part of a name, but not a full name. It was like maybe a combination of the first three letters of the first name, the first three letters of the last name. So I did some searching, like why someone from the Federal Building would be ordering something like this. I got all sorts of interesting information about that. Basically, it could be a scam, could be they're buying things for people that are detained there. There was all sorts of things. But I think what I finally came up to is that somebody who works there, that big first, the letters of their name is enough on the label to, they just didn't want to have it shipped to their house. And I think it's just an employee at the Federal Building in New York City who bought this. So it's fun to kind of find those stories, right? Figure out what's going on. I have sold to like movie sets, and I just sold something last week to Australia. So those are fun things. All right, this vintage leather faux snakeskin belt and brass buckle, size large. This didn't do well. I had it listed for 22. I finally got an offer after like a year of $11, which I took. I had $1.50 into it, so my net profit was $6.55. Okay, we'll just move right on past that one. J. Jill, I almost always buy, but I don't know if this was quite the style that I think most J. Jill dresses I sell for at least $10 more than this, but it had been here a while. It's a J. Jill Ponte gingham sleeveless shift dress, size medium. It didn't have a whole lot going for it. I did finally have it listed at 19. It sold for 19. I had $1 into it. I made $12.60. Another thing that I wouldn't buy anymore, but picked it up in the bins. Kieran Hart plaid women's chunky sweater, size large, spandex blend, cottagecore. I hope this doesn't get returned simply because it is bigger than a large. I do have it noted in the listing. I do have the measurements, but we'll see. I tried it on. It was way too big for me. So it ended up selling for $15. I had $2 into it, so I made $10. This is the mistake of the year for me. This was, again, bought with all that cabbie stuff. So here's what ended up happening. I paid way too much for this when I didn't know what I was doing. These mistakes you learn from and you figure it out. Somehow it got marked down to $6 on Poshmark. I honestly have no idea because I usually don't mark anything below $10 or $12 because the fee just takes all of your profit. So not only did it get listed somehow for $6, but someone bought it and they got discounted shipping, and I did not have that on. So I feel like this came from Prime Lister. Something happened in the translation as I was changing things on Prime Lister. So I don't think it was a mistake on their part. I think that in between some buttons, this kind of happened. So I lost $3.45 on this shirt. Now, here's what I could have done. I could have canceled the order. It's Poshmark. I don't get dinged for that. But I will never do that. I will never be that kind of seller. I will take the hit. I will lose $3.45 because this was my mistake and my doing and just another way to educate myself. So if you're a seller and you have that happen, please just take the loss, move on, call it cost of doing business, and don't feel bad about it. right? Because then you have sales like this one. This one I had in a haul video not very long ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. This Liverpool, Los Angeles women's two-piece suit set, blazer and pants, light blue, large, 14. This was beautiful. And so in 2 weeks, it sold on Poshmark for $55. I had $2 into this. This was at the dollar sale, which, by the way, there's another one coming up tomorrow that I'm excited to go to. This was at the dollar sale. They charge per piece, so it was $2 for this set. After cost of goods and fees, I made $42 on this set. Those are the kind of sales that make up for the one I just showed you. And the last sale on Poshmark are these Steve Madden boots, women's 10 Malaga, mid-calf, black suede heels, zip, almond toe. Super cute. I thought these would sell faster than they did. They did not. That's okay. But they did sell, which makes me happy. And let's see, I had them listed for $32. I got an offer for $24. I had $1.50 into them. So with that and the cost of the fees, I made $17.70 on these beautiful boots. And she messaged me that she loves them. And the last thing is this little listasol. I don't know how you say it. Right there, listasil. I think these used to be sold in Anthropology, but a long time ago. Let's see. I'm gonna go back and find this one because this is another fun, really not good sale. I had $1 into it. It finally sold on Depop for $12, so I made $8.95 on that one. It was so cute. I couldn't leave it in the bins. I think it was in the bins. I don't know. Maybe it was at the little dollar sale, but I am a sucker for cute, ginghamy. Yeah. Anyway, live and learn, right? Okay. That's it for this week. It was much slower week. The last 2 weeks have been slower, but today I have already had because of all those villages and other things that have sold, 12 sales today. So those are the kind of days that I love. Next week I'll be back and I'll talk about those. Thank you for watching. If you spent your time on my channel, you have no idea how much it means to me. I'm loving growing this channel. I watch other YouTubers all the time. So make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to know when I'm posting the next videos, and I will see you next week.